to water it down a bit. He picked it up just fine. Why didn't Caleb? So, Dan Mullen, sorry for the delay on the super chat, but I just wanted to hit that while we were on topic. Appreciate you so much, but you're too generous. He says, Golden looking good off the jump and seeing LVN looking like he's taking a leap. Granted, it's mostly practice, is what I'm really happy to see during this camp. Go, Pack, go. Very well said, Dan. And again, we started to see – I'm not surprised with LVN. I'm excited because people are starting to kind of see what we talked about in the second half of the season. Remember, we were getting raked over the coals, and Ryan did a great job breaking down his episode going, man, LVN has cranked it up here down the stretch. Like he was, I want to say the second half of the season, he was like at a 15% pressure rate.
I thought it was more. I thought it was like 16 or 17.
It may have been. But he still finished, I want to say hovering right around an 11% pressure rate, even with the slow start and having a cast on one of his hands, right, on his thumb. So it doesn't surprise me that he's looking to take that step because he's getting other opportunities running with the ones now, where in the past when Preston Smith was here last camp, you've seen it. Preston Smith was running with the ones and LVM was kind of getting the scraps, the leftovers there. So I'm excited, Dan. I love your energy, man. I think Golden – I've been a Packer fan since roughly 2003, and I can't remember a camp where we came in and go, whoa, look at this draft pick wide receiver. There's been a couple that's flashed a little bit. Like Christian Watson, you guys remember when we drafted him? Man, this guy's got elite speed. He's got size. If he can learn how to run routes and catch the ball, he's going to be dynamic, right? That was the take. Matthew Golden, you're going speed, check. Hands, check. Route running, check. Learning a system where you're a moving Z and going from semi-stack to stack and cheat motion and all those things like Sarkisian ran, check. All right, this guy looks like he's right out the box. This is a brand new Milwaukee tool, Emilio. This ain't one, you should find.
That's a fuel. No, that's a fuel version. Okay, we're not talking no basic. I mean, that's no Ryobi or rigid knockoff.
Hey,
okay.
Come on, there's nothing wrong with Ryobi.
No, but seriously, I mean, that Golden has taken off. I watched he ran like one whip route, and the dude had 5 yards of separation. It was crazy. But yeah, even on LVN's mic'd up, you could kind of see. I think Coach said it. He's building his pass rush repertoire and all that. That's you can kind of see. He almost gave the dude like a little slight hezzy, and then dip underneath, or club over hand usage. I really excited about LVN getting out there. And then even with that little interview with The Rock, he knew that defense just played really well today, getting out there and showing up for him. But yeah.
Do you guys remember, Jacob, you remember in the I believe it was this free agency, we were talking about Charvarius Ward wouldn't be a bad pickup, right?
Yeah,
at cornerback.
Yep.
This is Matthew Golden against Charvarius Ward right here. Look, whoop.
Wonderful. Ooh, I like it. I like it so much. Thank you, Dan, for the super chat. And it's nice to see Dan and other Packer fans. What's crazy about our podcast and our chat is predominantly, other than the AFM, we're pretty positive, but it has been weird. I've been looking at like random Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts. There's a lot of negativity going around right now. And if you have the chance, Ryan went real hard this morning. I'm not sure if you guys got to listen. He spent a good hour and 40 minutes breaking down, because he basically did it from the perspective of a Packers fan, how we're always crying about this and that. We think we're the only team in the league that has any sort of injury issues, drama issues, salary issues. He literally went through almost every single NFL team, took time to find sound bites, press releases, Twitter posts, and showed how every single one of them thinks the sky's burning. And I mean, I kept listening. I mean, you get the point right away, and he drilled that sucker in over and over and over, and then it ended it just perfectly. So if you have a chance, and if you really want to have some entertainment and really take a 30,000 foot view and look at the fact that everybody's fan base can have a little bit of that pessimism, it's just better to be optimistic. That's what preseason is for, guys. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, I've said it over and over and over. We have people come through this chat and come through this channel, and mostly in the comments. They're not in the live stream, but I'll get comments, after the show's over. And they're bashing us for being positive. And I always tell them, and I mean this respectfully, like, this ain't the show for you. I waited from February. Really, I didn't even wait. I mean, we jumped right into the tape from last year and just kept watching football year round. But I'm waiting this whole off season for the new football season. And the second it gets here, we're going to be miserable. It's just crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But anyway, it was cool seeing him cook Charvarius Ward here. And listen, I know they're one-on-ones too. Most of the time, the offensive player wins these. But here he is against Colts DB Alex Johnson, I believe.
I think this is the one I saw.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness. And both throws to him as well. Not the dog on the quarterbacks too much, but they were throws behind him, right? Like they're not like on the money and him having to adjust. But again, that right there, we're going to do it, boys. We do it every episode. You ready for this? I need somebody to help me right here. I need a screenshot so I can throw the arrows on it. You know, I wish I had the arrows right now. We need a screenshot of this right here and just put cooked underneath it. That's all I need to see. But look at that. I mean, he completely turns him around. And I don't know who this DB is. He may be a scrub, right? But Matthew Golden, man.
The Colts are supposed to have such a good secondary. That's why they let Ballentine walk, even though they thought he'd be like they were stacked in the cornerback room, apparently.
The footwork, the hands, the body control, just everything with Golden, man, it looks solid. It really does. And you know the other thing too, we talk about how we want a bigger body receiver. Like we were crazy about Jaden Higgins, right, Emilio, going into the draft. There were several players that we were like Trey Harris, another one I want to say he was like 6'2", if I remember correctly. Big body receivers, they're exciting. But you know what comes with big body receivers a lot of the time? Injuries. It just happens. Right, they're a little leaner typically. I mean, Christian Watson, right? You look at him; he's a wiry dude. Now he's put on weight since he's gotten here, and he's kind of stayed banged up a little bit. I think that just kind of goes with the territory when you got a bigger body receiver. These tight body guys like this, like Matthew Golden. Think of Randall Cobb. How often Randall Cobb was he's just a very, very tight build, right? Just compact. By the way, Johnny Manziel was on the Pat McAfee show today. And he said, as they wrapped up the interview, he said, anything else you want to promote or whatever, Johnny? He said, yeah, we got a thing coming up, a TV show. Be on the lookout for it. And it was something Special Forces where they take former NFL players and they make Special Forces train them. He said, yeah, if you want to tune in and watch Randall Cobb kick my ass in a boxing match, check it out. So evidently him and Randall Cobb box on it, and Randall Cobb smoked his head, dude. And he said, I think he said that dude's built like a bull or something like that. It was awesome. So, again, my point is Matthew Golden kind of got that tighter frame, a lot of muscle on him, right? You know what I mean, Emilio? It just seems like that type of guy is going to stay healthy. Greg Jennings didn't have a whole lot of muscle on him, but built the same way. They tend to stay healthier, it seems like, man.
Right, yeah. Matthew Golden's kind of like a nice, solid, Toyota Camry, a nice Honda Civic, and then you got everybody else over there on their, Mitsubishi Mirage or like a key, something crazy, and that's because he's just reliable. Trust you, 250,000, no problem. Do the brakes once on it, oil changes. That's it. I mean, that's I think what we're getting from him. He's consistent and he's reliable. I think that is two huge factors of his play that are just going to carry him through the season. Because if Jordan Love can, count on him, if Malik can count on him, if you can go to him in a time of need without having to think about it. Hey, look at the hands. I mean, he's making all these catches. They're not put on the run. I mean, that's me when I'm under pressure in college football, just trying to get it out to the guy. Hopefully he catches it.
Yeah, and Jacob, I know I seen the chat light up when I said you want a guy with a tighter body, a tighter frame, a tighter build. Boy, they went absolutely nuts. So you got anything to say here on Matthew Golden before we move on, man?
Well, as a tight-bodied guy myself, in all jokes aside, I do think there is something to that where it's like they're not having to overexert themselves by carrying that extra kind of baggage. It's just not so much, impact on the joints and all that. How much do we love watching Eddie Lacy just barrel into people? The only problem is Eddie Lacy lasted like 2.5, 3 seasons before that body just said, I can't do this anymore. And it's nice to see that. I'll keep saying it over and over. I did not expect Matthew. I did not see this coming. I thought he would be a second-year pop maybe, and maybe be like a third-year developer at best. He, to me, seems like he's the real deal. He really does.
He does, man. I'm excited about it. Now, listen, we're always going to, put it out there that this is, the third week of training camp, right? We're getting ready to go into your second preseason game. We may be getting the cart, before the horse a little bit. But right now, based off what we've seen, I don't remember seeing a rookie receiver with these kind of traits personally. I think Goody might have nailed this pick, but hopefully that that holds to be true. And shout out to Ryan Wood. He was the one who provided that video right there over on X. Make sure you go give him a follow. Matt Schneidman put a couple tweets out here. Now, again, we expected the offense to struggle today with everybody that was out, right? We kind of talked about that. We'll go rapid fire through the rest of this offensive segment. Matt Schneidman said, disjointed first 11-on-11 period for the Packers offense. Penalties and incompletions. One notable completion was Taylor Elgersma having plenty of time to hit Isaiah Nayer for a big gain down the left side. Understandable given Packers without quarterback and 5 wide receivers, but still not pretty. So just want to mention Isaiah Nayer. He's starting to, we talk about the checks you give people during camp. He's starting to tally them up, boys. That might be a good practice squad candidate there. Matt Schneidman said, no scuffles, but Tucker Kraft got in Zaire Franklin's face after the play. I'm standing behind big humans on the Colts sideline, so didn't see exactly what happened. Play was an incompletion where Matthew Golden ended up on the ground, so Tucker Kraft swooped in there, was ready to lay the smack down on Zaire Franklin. Again, that came out from Matt Schneidman, their little offensive update for you. Moving along now, the next tweet he put out, it's not pretty for the Packers offense today. 4 and out for the starters in the 2-minute and 3 incompletions and a sack. Sounds like both defenses are winning the day. We'll get to our defense here in a second. The big bright news of the day, though, Brandon McManus just hit a 70-yard field goal that bounced off the crossbar and in. Wasn't during a live period. They were just messing around, but he did bank a 70-yarder off the crossbar, and it bounced over. And then I think it says here, Matt Schneidman, the final update, Packers just kicked 8 field goals during live team period. Brandon McManus, good from 38, good from 41, good from 44, good from 47, good from 56. So he's perfect on the day, right? Mark, how do you say it? McNamee? Is that how we're saying that? I think that's right.
I think so.
McNamee. All right. He was good from 40, 42, and 45. So we were perfect on the day with both kickers. And I know some people kind of roll their eyes at that. Not me, man. Not after the nightmare we went through a few years ago. So anything else you guys want to add to the offensive side before we move on to defense here?
Yeah, I love J. Cole's message. She goes, LMAO, McManus is just doing anything at this point. He's bored. It's like, oh, you want a 50-yarder? Yawn. All right, sure. One other thing I wanted to highlight was our resident doc here, Holmes MD, says overly muscular and powerful athletes are actually more likely to have soft tissue injuries due to exerted muscle contactile. What does that say? Contactile forces. That's kind of what so
thick.
Yeah.
There you go.
He is. Yeah.
All right. You got anything else on offense, Emilio, before we move on to hour 2 here, man?